Hi guys, it's me Lauren. I'm back with another video today, but this is going to be slightly different to what I usually do, which I think's good because in 2014 I do want to do a lot more of different types of video, etc., and change things up a bit. So when I saw that a lot of people were doing this tag, I thought that it'd be really nice to do. It's not beauty related at all, so if that's all you want interested in beauty wise, you may as well switch off now. It's the 2013 sort of review of 2013 tag video, and what you want out of 2014, so like your goals and stuff. And when I've been watching people's videos, I've just really enjoyed watching them. I think it's nice to look back at what you've done in the past year, because sometimes you often forget what you have done. A year's quite a long time, even though it goes very quickly. But I think a lot of us don't reflect often enough on things that we've achieved. They're supposed to be the highlights of your year instead of negatives, really, so that's what I'm going to try and concentrate on. I am going to start off by saying the first thing about 2013 was my 2013 started really crappy. I thought it was going to be the most horrendous year because I went through so much in the first 3 months. It was unreal. That year just did not start well at all, and I had major changes right at the beginning of the year, which I'm quite happy to talk about now because I've grown from it and I've moved on from it now. But when it first happened, I didn't want to speak about it to anybody, and I was finding it very difficult. And yeah, I went through massive changes at the beginning of 2013. My whole life kind of changed in a month, in a day really, because I finished my 4 year relationship. I was in a relationship for 4 years with someone, and it ended very suddenly. I think it was in the beginning of March. So, and I kind of knew in my brain that it was gonna end, but you kind of try to think that you can change it and try and make it better, but sometimes you just can't. And anyway, it ended. So the beginning of my 2013 was just hell on earth, really. It took a lot of getting used to being on my own again, trying to figure out who I am. So the rest of my year was concentrating on me, really, which sounds really selfish. But the highlights of my year were I went to Bulgaria with my auntie. We were meant to be going on holiday together, as in me and my boyfriend, but because we split up, obviously we had a spare ticket. My auntie, I love her to bits, so of course I wanted her to come with me because my mum's not got a passport, my dad couldn't get the time off work, so I wanted a girls' holiday, so I took my auntie to Bulgaria. That was in June, and we had the most fabulous week. It was 7 days away, and we just enjoyed it. It was such a good time for me to get away from everything that was going on. I felt like I could breathe because I was in a totally different place. I felt very claustrophobic at home because everything that was going on, everybody knew my business, and everybody's going to know my business because we were living together, so everyone knew that we weren't together, and it was just very awkward. And it was lovely just to be somewhere where no one knew anything about me and I could just be myself. It was really nice. So we had a fabulous week away. Yeah, so that was my one travel plan. I've not been away any other time. I only went away once this year, but I still consider myself lucky for going away that once. I graduated uni. I graduated early because of everything that had happened. I just wanted to cut uni short. So I never did my BA degree. I cut that completely off. I'd already got my degree, but I was doing my honours degree, which means it's slightly better than a normal degree, and I just cut it short because of everything that was going on. I couldn't be doing with the uni work as well because there was a lot of work involved. And looking back at it now, I wish I'd just carried on and gone through with it because I would have loved to have worn the cap and gown and all that sort of stuff. But I've got time in my future to do that. I won't be doing it this year, but I am considering picking it up when I'm a bit older. It's not too late, I can always pick it up. I joined Slimming World. I joined Slimming World in January. It's coming up to a year ago, when I first joined back, and to date I've lost 4 stone 2 pounds, and that is a major factor of my 2013. It's a major highlight for me because that has helped me so much in every way. My confidence is so much more I feel like I can talk to anybody, which I am a chatterbox anyway. Any of my friends will tell you that. But I feel like my confidence has just grown so much. I'm not cocky, but I feel like I could talk to anybody who was in front of me. And I feel like if I went back to uni and I've got to do PowerPoint presentations and stuff, I could do them like that because I've got the confidence now. The weight was holding me back so much. I was just stuck in a rut, and I just feel like, it sounds really sad, but I feel like I've sort of been, not reborn, that sounds really cringeworthy, kind of, I've just got a new lease of life, and it's just, I can't thank Slimming World enough for that, because they've totally changed my lifestyle around eating. I couldn't have done it without them. And I've not been going to Slimming World now for about 3 months, and I've still kept the weight off. So I think it's really worth this time. Fingers crossed. I never want to go back to the person I was before, but that was a major highlight of my 2013. It was my 21st birthday in 2013, in August. It was my 21st. I had a fancy dress party and it was awesome. I absolutely loved it. It was superhero themed. I went as Catwoman. I'm sure I've shown pictures of it before. I've just, honestly, if you've not got me on Instagram, follow me. It's Lauren the Geek, I think. And I've got loads of pictures on there, so you can look at them on there. But I had an epic time. It was amazing. All my favourite people were there. All the people that mattered the most to me were there. My mum and dad and family weren't there because it was more of just friends, and it was a house party. So my mum and dad went away for the weekend, and I spoke to all my family and friends and everything, and they all said happy birthday to me. But it was just lovely to have all of my close friends in one place and celebrate my birthday. So I loved that. Then I moved out in 2013, as you all know. I bang on about it all the time. I moved out and I've moved into a flat. I obviously met Ian in 2013 as well, which was another highlight, obviously. No, it was a really big negative. That was another highlight, and it was totally unexpected because of everything that had happened at the beginning of the year. I didn't even think I was going to be thinking about going into another new relationship. I just wanted to be on my own. But we met and I totally changed my attitude towards that kind of thing. It was really bizarre because I had such a negative feeling towards relationships and men. As anybody who's broken up from a relationship will know how much hatred you have for like specific people, and it totally changed that. I could be myself around him. It was just really nice. So we met and got into a relationship, and obviously I've moved out and we've developed that relationship by me moving out. I've never been happier than I have now. It's so nice to have my own space, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. So that is a big highlight of 2013 too. The last thing I wanted to say about 2013 is I feel like I have really found myself. Now this is going to sound really cliche, and I don't want it to sound really stupid, but I feel like I have found who I am, what I want to do, and which kind of links into my goals for 2014. I just feel like I know what I want to do now, and I know who I am. I've struggled for so long through high school, like everybody does. Going through high school, you don't know who you are. I think you're struggling to fit in all the time, and it's finally come to me that I don't need to fit in. People accept me for who I am. I've got friends that accept me for who I am. Everything that I went through at the beginning of the year showed who my true friends were, because they were the ones who stood by me and helped me through it. And they're my best friends, and they always will be for doing that for me. And yeah, I really feel like I found myself. I don't know if they have noticed a difference in me. I've never asked them that since I've lost the weight. I don't know if they've noticed a vast difference in how I am as a person, but I just feel like I've totally found who I am and what I want to do when I'm older. I'm like 21. Pardon me. But yeah, I just feel like I know what I want my future to be, if that sounds weird. I've just had a really, like, my year, at the beginning it felt like it was falling apart, but by the end I feel like I've totally found myself and it's all glued back together. Anyway, so goals for 2014. I don't have specific goals set in my head that I've got to complete if 2014 is going to be a disaster, but I do want to keep my YouTube channel going because, like I said, I love being able to speak to people on YouTube, and I think I just pushed it to the back of my mind because of everything that went on last year. In general, I just didn't want to be doing YouTube at that time, and I wasn't interested in YouTube, as you can imagine. So I would like to get really back into my YouTube channel. I want to enjoy life as it comes, which sounds really stupid as well, but I don't want to keep thinking about things. I just want to enjoy it as it happens instead of trying to make things happen, if that makes any sense. And I really want to settle down into a job that I want my future to be. So currently I'm just working part-time, well, full-time / part-time at a local shop, but I don't want to be doing that forever. Nothing against shop work, it's really good as a job. I'm thankful that I've got a job anyway, because some people don't even have a job, but I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. I do want to try and find a pathway into the work I want to do when I'm older. Not when I'm older, the work I want to do for the rest of my life, basically. And also, which connects to that, is I want to learn to drive this year and try and get a car sorted, because that would help with me finding work, because I want to do care work. I've always wanted to do care work, especially with dementia, older people. It's just what I love doing. That's why I did my uni degree, so I really want to get into that, and it's better if you can drive to do that kind of work. So yeah, that is my kind of big goals for 2014. I hope I've not all bored you to death with that. I just thought it was a really nice video to do, and I tag everybody who's watched it to do it, because I think it's really nice to reflect on the good times and the bad times. I think there's nothing wrong with looking back at bad things as well, because you can see how far you've come. When I look back and I think of all the stuff that I've been through in that year, and I look at where I am now, it's just really nice to realise that I've come through it and I've grown from it. So there's nothing wrong with looking at bad things either, as long as you try and focus on the positives. And yeah, that is that video. So I tag everybody who's watched it. I've really enjoyed sharing my 2013 with you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye guys.